welcome to Newsclick. Bihar Assembly elections have been announced and it's called major battleground for the incumbent BJP government. To discuss the issue, we have with us Anil Mishra, who is a professor in Delhi University and also a political analyst. Recently, legislative council elections have got completed and NDA has got around 12 seats, the other has got 10 seats. So what implications do you think this result has on the upcoming Bihar Assembly polls?
Yeah, I don't think there is any major implication about this result because it is indirect election which is very confined to a limited electorate. So I don't think any relationship in it, and just by chance that India has got 2 more seats than the JDU and RJD alliance.
When we talk about the JDU and RJD alliance, it's said that it may be a losing battle for the Nitish Kumar because he came into power replacing Lalu Yadav. So, do you think, is it true what media is saying that Nitish may suffer, Lalu may gain?
This kind of conclusion is based on the fact that Lalu has got more caste-based, where he has got complete support of Yadav, perhaps large section of Muslim also. But Nitish Kumar has a general appeal to the electorate. If he is able to retain that general appeal to the general electorate, last time even the forward caste and other castes have given support to Nitish Kumar, and if he is able to retain that support, then I don't think he will be that loser. But besides that, if you don't go strictly about electoral politics, electoral gain, he might gain politically. Sometimes you lose electorally, but you may gain politically. And if he retains his image as an all India image and all kind of things, then he may be one of the rallying points in the coming days and may play a more important political role at the center also in galvanizing the entire anti-BJP parties and people.
When you talk about BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, it has been continuously winning elections since 2014. After Lok Sabha, it has won in assembly polls also at various places. So Bihar is supposed to be a major checkpoint to it. If they lose, do you think the face of the Indian political scenario may change?
It may not change, but of course it is going to have a very important impact on the course of the Indian politics, because then after that all other political parties, because there is going to be election in West Bengal, there is going to be election in Uttar Pradesh very soon, so that people can draw a leaf from there, and then all the secular forces and left democratic forces may think to come together and give a real challenge to the onslaught of this Bharatiya Janata Party which is going on right now. So in that sense, it is a very crucial election.
When you talk about BJP and the secular forces, if we look at background of BJP, be it bypolls in Uttar Pradesh or major communal violence in Saharanpur, bypoll in Bihar, Muzaffarpur. So do you think this sort of polarization is going on the ground in terms of Hindu polarization also and Muslim polarization also in order to consolidate the opposition votes?
Bharatiya Janata Party, in the mask of development and all kind of rhetoric, they know that their vote bank is solid if they polarize Hindu votes, and therefore their other leaders like Sadhvi and other kind of Giriraj Singh, their statement is not accidental statement, it is quite deliberate, and you must have noticed that no single leader importance of Bharatiya Janata Party ever refuted it. They have not said anything about that statement, and therefore they are doing that kind of politics and try to mobilize Hindu votes. But my apprehension is that they are not going to get success in that, because there are different kind of other issues which involve, and the variety and the differences that prevails throughout the country. It is very difficult to mobilize Hindu votes.
If you look at 2014 election, it was not Hindu voting for BJP, but it was against incumbent Congress government. Yes. Yeah. So also when we look at the NDA's overall party structure and their alliances, Manjhi has come into alliance with NDA. He may come into alliance with NDA. What role are these small parties going to play in this elections? I mean, will they move away from BJP? Will they be with BJP or not?
Early to say this, but I think that these smaller parties which has come out like Manjhi and earlier Ramvilas Paswan and other Upendra Kushwaha, they will try to stick to BJP and they will be satisfied whatever seats they get in BJP because. But the point is, earlier when Ramvilas Paswan joined BJP in Bihar, situation was different. So Ramvilas Paswan with all his friends, they got 4 to 6 seats in Bihar. But this time it is not going to be repeated because Modi Lahar is gone. So that kind of Modi's appeal is not there. In last 1 year, Modi's performance has not been that good, and he has been exposed, and all his promises seems to be a very hollow thing. So therefore, I don't think that appeal is there. So each has to work hard in their own constituency. It's not Modi Lahar that can ride on.
That is even visible by the MLC elections also, because it was not a complete whitewash. Yeah. Also, if we look at it, the Jadyu, RJD, Congress, they all coming together. It's a revival of socialism politics in Bihar, which has been the ground for socialist politics. It's also a war of ideology, say socialism versus communalism and dictatorship politics in Bihar itself.
It is not exactly war between socialism because we are not sure of how much agenda the other party will carry about socialism. But there is one thing, is it's an ideological battle. There is no dispute about it, and it is a battle between democratic secular forces on the one hand, communal forces on the other hand, who tries to destroy all the democratic institutions.
Left parties have come together to form an alliance and contest elections individually instead of going with any of these blocs. The onslaught, the neoliberal onslaught that this government has been following, left has its concrete positions on it. So do you think that's a major development that has happened in the Bihar Assembly elections?
This is a very good development in Bihar election, because the left party will be able to educate the people through election, and they also would like to throw their own agenda to the people. And in that context, every election has two processes. One is to form the government, and another is also to give a new kind of consciousness to the people. So in that case, I think that left politics and left party coming together is very relevant, not only for this election but for the coming election also, because there is always a ground for left in Bihar. There has been always a ground for left in Bihar, and there will be always ground for the left politics in Bihar. It was very strong in certain pockets and certain belts for a very long time.
They have been also in the government in past
in past many times, and left agenda has been pushed to some extent. But the point is that if the left come together, and even if they do not get much seats, they can pressurize the other government to pursue the socialist agenda.
Thank you, Anil, for giving us your time, and as the things proceed, we'll come back to you on such issues. Thank you. Thank you for watching Newsclick.